So hi everyone. Um, Good morning. Happy to see you all on an auspicious day. I hope you're all celebrating your Vinayaka Chaturthi. So happy Vinayaka Chaturthi. And to start the session is all about your potential being much more valuable than your marks, right? And the aim of this session is to help you all remain positive and to remain focused on what is actually valuable in life, irrespective of the score that you have gotten in the latest NEET PG or Happy Ganesh Puja. Yes, 1 second. So, hi everyone. Sorry for this interruption. Let me start the session. This session is all about your potential being much more valuable than your marks. And the objective of this session is to help you all remain positive, to remain focused on what actually is valuable in your life, irrespective of the score that you have gotten in the latest NEET PG or the performance of you in the latest FMGE or how much you are prepared for the upcoming exams, right? And the main theme of this session would be very simple, right? It is just for you to understand that your life in medicine is not just about the marks, it is about the number of lives that you're able to have an impact on. Right, it's as simple as that. Mark does not determine anything. It's about the number of lives that you're able to make an impact on. Okay, so that will be the theme of this session. And let me start the session by telling you all this. If you're all seated here, right? So if you're all seated here, if you have already attended your NEET PG exam or INI-CET exam or FMG exam, it means you belong to one of the very small but special group, right? I'm calling you as a member of this special group because you're living a life which millions have been dreaming to live, right? So if you're here, it means you've already cleared your undergraduation in medicine, number one. You've learned all 19 subjects, number two. You have burnt multiple midnight oils, right? You have sacrificed many of the outings. You have written innumerable theory exams, practical exams, viva examination. You've cleared all those exams and you have gone through multiple types of stress which anybody who belongs to other profession cannot even imagine, right? So this means if you're here, it means your potential has been already proven, right? If you're here, your potential has been already proven. But I also understand that many of you who are seated here you're also worried about possibly the marks that you scored in the NEET PG exam or about the performance in your FMG exam or about your preparation for all upcoming exams. Yeah, but let me tell you this, your mark does not define you, your potential does, right? Because your potential is the one which is going to determine your success in life. And for that, you will have to understand what defines success, right? What determines your success? According to you, what is success? Do you think it is based on how much money you're able to earn? Or is it based on the branch that you choose? Or is it based on the position that you'll potentially occupy when you choose a particular branch, right? Or is it based on the popularity that you're going to gain? Is it money or popularity or the position? What do you think determines success? If you ask me, I would say a successful life is something which gives you happiness, number one, and it is something which makes you respectful in this world, right? It should make you respectful in this world, and it should also keep you peace, right? It should keep you peaceful. So I would say these three factors would determine a successful life: happiness, being respectful, and being peaceful in life, right? And all these can be achieved, right? Ultimately, all these can be achieved if you're able to contribute, right? If you're able to contribute something to somebody in your life. There are many a times, right, wherein you might have experienced this. You might have zero bank balance, right? You might have faced multiple failures. But if you're able to contribute to something, you feel very happy. So this is how human beings have been created in this world. The day you're able to contribute something to somebody in this life, you become happy, you are respected, you feel at peace. Okay. So let me give you a happy news here. any field in medicine, right? Every branch in medicine can take you there. When you will be able to contribute to somebody's life, which means there are very high chances of you being happy, you being respected, you being at peace when you're in a medical field, right? So this is as simple as that. Being in medical field by itself is success. So whatever you're trying to achieve now is something like adding cream to the cake, right? That's all. So if you have that in your mind, then you can be at peace, you can be happy. So for some reason in medical field, right, there are few branches which are always chosen. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy that biochemistry, I made biochemistry easy. Yes, thanks all of you. So every branch of medicine can take you there. For some reason, what has happened in medical field is we have the so-called popular branches, right? Popular branches, be it radiology or dermatology or medicine or surgery or ortho or OBG. I have nothing against any of these branches. Yeah, nothing against any of these branches. But these branches are considered as popular branches for some reason. So what has happened in all your minds is in your mind, it is instilled, it is ingrained in your mind that only the day I get any of these seats, I'm going to be happy. Okay, but that's not needed at all. For example, if you're a person who has always wanted to do general medicine, right? For example, if you've had in your mind, I want to do general medicine and then I want to do cardiology and then I want to save multiple lives. If that has been in your mind, right? And you have multiple choices, right? You would think if I don't get medicine, I will take pediatrics. If I don't get pediatrics, I will take emergency medicine. If not, I'll take anesthesia. So you have all these multiple choices in your mind. And what if your rank does not let you take any of these branches? It does not mean you have failed in your life. I'm not even going to say there is always a next chance. What I'm going to tell you is please think laterally, right? Do not follow what others do. Please think laterally. I'm not saying this because I took biochemistry. I'm saying this if you want to be a part of managing a patient. You would want to take medicine, you would want to take cardiology only because you want to be a part of managing a patient, right? If that is your aim, please close your eye and take biochemistry. Right? Biochemistry is a lab medicine. And I always say this, biochemistry is not a preclinical subject. Every part of managing a patient is dependent on biochemical values, right? Once you become a clinical biochemist and once you get attached to a lab, without the value that you give, nobody is going to manage a patient. And you can be on the bedside, right? Follow up a patient, see the way the case progresses, and give ideas to clinicians on what is the test that needs to be done next. How can the patient be managed? You can be very well a part of managing a patient, right? So if you want to know what are the various prospects, if I take a field like biochemistry, why am I talking about biochemistry? Not just because I'm going to talk about SPM also. So why am I talking about biochemistry? Because biochemistry, I would say, is a part and parcel of managing a patient. And not just that, even if you're a person who does not want to be involved in managing a patient, you can get into research side. Right? I am in translational research. I don't know how many of you know this. I am heading the research and development and product development division of Kriya Medical Technologies, wherein I'm involved in designing and developing molecular diagnostic kit, which is being used directly for patient management. Right? So I have already designed and developed 2 molecular diagnostic kits which are available in the market, which are used, which means day in and day out. I see how much I've been able to contribute to the society in diagnosing multiple infections. And what I'm involved in is I'm involved in developing a kit for multi-drug resistant TB. Right? We know the TB burden of India. We know about the diagnostic challenges related to TB, the sensitivity that is associated with all assays that are available, and what is the clinical information that we get from all the tests that are available, right? All these are not 100% perfect. There are so many challenges. And what I'm working on is to bring up a world's #1 kit, which will have the highest sensitivity. And not just that, it will give you a clear-cut picture on whether the TB bacillus that has infected an individual is sensitive or resistant to all anti-TB drugs. right? In one shot, you will get the entire clinical information based on which a clinician will be able to manage it. So not just that, right? It's not just about a college wherein you can teach. It is not just about the lab wherein you can be a part of managing a patient. It is not just about the bedside research, right? It is about the translational research in which you can be a part of. So the world is too big, right? There are so many opportunities. So don't have a limited view on what you want in your life. I always say this to every student of mine. I would say the day you start your preparation is the day you should list out 5 choices in your mind, and those choices that you have in your mind should be based on the skill set that you have, based on the passion that you have. You know what you're good at, right? You know what comes best for you. You know what gives you happiness when you do something. So based on that, make 5 choices, right? Out of these 5 choices, choice number 1 should be something which everybody wants, like radiology or medicine or pediatrics. All of us would want a particular field, right? Set of fields. So the choice number 1 should belong to that category. Choice number 2, the second sought after course, right? And choice number 5 should be something which nobody wants, right? Let me give you one positive statement here. How many students appeared for NEET PG in the last exam? 2.5 lakh students, right? How many total PG seats do we have? We have 85,000 PG seats, which means 1 in 3, right? 1 in 3 who have attended the exam can take a PG seat if you have a wide range of choices in your mind, right? So the good part in all our lives is we are in a medical field, and in medical field, every branch will make you happy. Every branch will enable you to contribute to the society. Just have this in mind, make choices, be happy in life. Okay. And then about community medicine. खुद पे doubt हो रहा है. Don't be doubtful of yourself. Don't be doubtful of your potential. As I already told you, if you have come here, it means your potential has already been proven, right? So you are great. Keep saying that to yourself. Every person here has a unique skill. All that you will have to do is tap that skill, right? If you have analytical skills, choose a branch based on that. If you have surgical skills, choose a branch based on that, right? So if you want surgery, and if you didn't get surgery, please go ahead and take ENT, right? Post ENT, you can go to neurosurgery, right? The super specialties that are available for all these branches are humongous, right? Chances are, the opportunities that you have in front of you is so much that you should not doubt yourself. Is that clear? Now, so that's about biochemistry. And apart from this, there is aerospace medicine, wherein they want biochemists to understand what happens at negative G, what happens in positive G, right? These are just few examples. All that you will have to do is choose the right kind of branch, work in that branch with passion. Okay. So what if, please do, if you want to choose biochemistry, go ahead and choose. I can vouch for it. Okay. So what about community medicine? Right? So many of us think that community medicine is boring, and if I take community medicine, yes, there are few cons related to community medicine. For example, you cannot get attached to a hospital just because you're a specialist in community medicine. But there are so many opportunities if you take community medicine. It is not just about getting attached to a college, right? So there are so many opportunities wherein you can be a policy maker. Right? When can you be a policy maker? By getting attached to international health agencies, right? Like WHO, right? So the other day, I was so surprised to hear from my friend who has done SPM, who has done community medicine. She is doing a great job in WHO, right? And all that she did was she did a specialty in epidemiology, and she got attached to many profitable associations, right? NGOs. There are so many NGOs that are available in India, like PATH, right? FIND. So you get attached to those NGOs, you get experience in establishing those policies. And what does WHO look forward to? It is looking forward to somebody with a specialty in community medicine, with an experience in epidemiology, with experience in policy making. right? You will be taken up by all these international health agencies. And it's going to be a dream for most of us to be a part of international health agency, right? So it's not just about following what somebody else does, right? You have to define your path and go through that path with 100% confidence. Then you can be successful in life. Not just community medicine. What about pharmacology, right? So if you ask me about my history, soon after I finished my internship, I wrote an exam and I did not prepare for that exam completely. Okay. So I was given physiology. I mean, had I attended the counseling, I did not attend the counseling at all. Right. So had I attended that counseling, probably I would have gotten physiology or biochemistry. But I thought when I wrote my first exam and when it was my first counseling, I thought, no, I'm not going to take any non-clinical course. My dream has always been general medicine. I'm not going to take any of these courses, was what first I thought. Okay. And then when I actually started preparing for my entrance examination, that is when I understood how applied biochemistry can be. I became super passionate about biochemistry during my PG preparation. Actually, even during my undergraduation days, for any subject that I would want to learn, right, be it OG or be it medicine or be it pediatrics, I would always fall back to biochemistry to understand the basics of it. And then when I started applying, I understood that I'm able to understand all these facts and concepts in all clinical subjects. So even during my undergraduation days, I liked biochemistry. And when I started preparing for my not NEET PG, it's called as those days it was called as All India Entrance Examination, right? So when I was preparing for that, that is when I understood, okay, biochemistry is so applied and I have a passion for biochemistry. Probably I should think about it. And despite the fact that I had a great rank in my All India entrance, I decided to choose biochemistry. So it is not like I chose biochemistry because I didn't have choices, right? I chose biochemistry out of my passion for that subject. And now, am I happy about the field that I am in? I'm 100% happy, right? I'm totally happy about where I am. I'm totally about what I've been able to contribute to this medical field. Okay, so no field is less, no field is popular. It all depends on how you perceive that field. Okay, so pharmacology, as you all know, it is not just about getting attached to a medical college. It is not just about getting into research. You can again be in translational research, right? As you know, cancer drugs, right? There is a rapid surge in the way cancer drugs are getting identified and they are being released into the market. So there are so many pharmaceutical companies which are looking forward to somebody who have done MD in pharmacology, who has a passion for research, who has a lateral thinking capabilities, right? So pharmaceutical companies, the pay, yeah, you cannot even compare the pay that a pharmaceutical company would be ready to give you if you have proven yourself. Okay, so do not underestimate any of the fields that are available in medicine. So be proud of yourself for having reached this stage. Okay, and have in mind that medical field is not a rat race, right? It is not just a rat race towards a branch. Medicine is not a rat race towards a particular branch, right? It is about lifelong learning. It is about lifelong servicing, and it is about lifelong growing. Okay, so I would define this field as a lifelong journey of learning, of serving, and of growing. Okay, and your mark, the mark that you have scored today, is just an assessment of how you performed in an exam on one day, right? That does not tell you anything else. That is why I say, please don't doubt yourself based on your scores in any of the grant tests, based on your scores in any of the tests that you attend, based on your NEET TG score, based on your FMGE score, based on your INI-CET score. It is just a one snapshot, right? So one snapshot of your performance on one day. Okay, whereas success, right? Success is going to be an assessment of your potential. And your potential is determined by years of effort, right? So, you know, anybody who's in medical field will have to go through grinding of like 10 to 15 years. So it is all about how you perform during the period of 10 to 15 years. And even if you think you have not performed well enough till now, right? The undergraduation days, we are all still kids, right? When we do undergraduation, we were all still kids. So even if you think you could have performed better during your undergraduation days, please don't feel bad. You have so many years ahead wherein you can prove yourself. So it's all about the years of effort. It is all about the resilience, right? The resilience that you've built so far. Okay, success is determined by resilience. It is determined by the discipline that you exhibit. And to me, right, what is more important is the empathy that you have built in yourself, right? The more empathetic you are, the better person you would be and more successful you will be. So always try to develop empathy in yourself, more so because we are in medical field, right? It's about the empathy that you have developed, and it's about the knowledge that you gain over a period of years. Okay, so if you've finished your NEET PG, if you have gotten a score, if you have gotten a rank which is not aligned with what you expected, okay, don't feel sorry about it. This is the time when you have to be mindful, you have to be thoughtful about yourself, you should be proud of yourself, and you should think of your skill set, and all your efforts now should be put into finding out the right branch for you. Okay, just do that and you will be successful in life. I hope you understand this. And to end this session, this is one statement that I want all of you to have in mind. This world needs every kind of doctor, right? Do you think this world will have a great medical field with just radiologists, with just dermatologists, with just those who have done general medicine? No, right? They definitely need lab professionals. They definitely need somebody who can do research, come up with new drugs. They definitely need health policy makers, right? Anatomists. We need anatomists to tell us what can be done or what can go wrong in forensics, right? So every field is in demand. Please don't fall for the statement that this field is saturated. I keep getting this question from students every day. Ma'am, I hear that biochemistry is saturated. Do you think I can take biochemistry? Ma'am, people say MD biochemists face competition from MSc biochemists. Do you think that will be a problem for me? Right? Do you have that question in mind? Please take it from me. No. MSc biochemists cannot be our competition, right? You have to establish your place. You have adequate clinical knowledge. Any day you will be able to be a great clinical biochemist than an MSc biochemist can do. You can be a great geneticist than a person who has done MSc biochemistry. Please remember, those who have done MD biochemistry can also appear for super specialty qualification exam for clinical hematology. Do you know that? Clinical hematology, there is an option. Genetics, DM genetics, we have an option. So all that you will have to do is, if you choose a course, put your heart and soul into it, right? Learn as much as possible. Get as many skills as you can during those 3 years, right? And then determine what you want to do in future. I would also like to tell you this. It is not just that you have to do some DM to be successful as a biochemist. As biochemist, you can reach great heights. As MD SPM, you can reach great heights. As MD anatomy, you can reach great heights. Is that clear? So choose a field of your choice based on the skill set that you have, based on your passion. Put your heart and soul into it. Thrive, right? Then you will be definitely successful. Okay, so I want everybody here to be positive, everybody here to be happy, because ultimately happiness lies in your mind. Yeah, so I hope I've helped all of you here. Yes, there are so many opportunities after biochemistry and pharmacology is innate. People might ask you for your result. People might ask you for your score. How long do you think they will be asking for your score and rank? Another 2 years, another 3 years. After that, all this would be wiped off from your history. right? Do you think somebody is coming and asking me about what rank I got when I wrote my all India entrance? If they ask, I'd be very happy to share that. Nobody asks me that. Okay, so it is all for the next few years, but life is long, right? I won't say life is short. Life is long, long enough for us all to be happy, long enough for us all to prove ourselves. Okay, so don't lose heart. Okay, so thank you. I hope you'll all stay happy. See you all.